Hello there, welcome to another checkmate pattern video. In this video we are going to learn about a checkmate pattern called Blackburne's mate. Now this is named after Joseph Henry Blackburne, an English player, and this generally refers to a mate where two bishops and a knight cooperate against a somewhat boxed in king, a castle king, but it's going to be dominated because of the effectiveness of the white pieces. The diagonal here, the bishop arriving from this diagonal on this square, checking the king, and the knight providing the cover for the bishop. Now this sometimes and very often arises via a queen sacrifice. So we can imagine there was a piece here, and white takes this piece, and now if black takes, he gets mated. If he doesn't, he's in big trouble on this square anyway. So this is most often how we end up with Blackburne's mate. Now I'm going to show you a quick example. This is from an actual game with the white pieces. A gentleman by the name of Seeker. Again, we have the bishops. We have a bishop on this diagonal. Here it's on f6 instead of being way back in the other example, but that doesn't really matter. And we have the same ingredients. Another bishop here. And this game actually concluded with queen takes h5. And this bishop here doesn't matter. If he takes, it's still mate on h7 because of the knight. And if you take the queen, it's going to be mate here. Now, just for full disclosure, this mate, Blackburne's mate, it has also been used to refer to other mates where we have the same pieces. So not exactly the same kind of final position, but the cooperation is quite nice in any case. And this is actually from a game by Joseph Henry Blackburne. He sacrificed two rooks here. There was a check here, and he took another rook, his opponent, and Blackburne finished the game with queen takes h3, check to the king. This square is not available, and bishop takes e4. So very similar to the other examples that we looked at, and we're going to look at. Again, we have this very nice knight, and we have these monster bishops finishing the job. So just so you know that Blackburne's mate is also used for other mates where you cooperate with those pieces. But most of the time we're seeing it like we saw in the first example. Here is another example. White is slightly passive. He played in an early middle game, he played knight to e1 here. And just to show you how things can escalate when the king doesn't have adequate shelter, we have the nice bishop in place here. And black, Rudolf Pitschak, he moved in quite fast here against Salomon Floor, a very strong player. He played bishop d6. And you see how things escalate. White did not want to weaken this diagonal by playing f4, and he played instead g3. But now the floodgates just open, knight g4. Attacking this, we don't have the availability to put a knight on f3 because we have two pieces that can take it, this bishop and this knight. So the only way to prevent queen takes h2 is to play h4. But then we play, of course, queen takes h4. It doesn't matter if it's a knight or a pawn, we take it anyway. Threaten mate, and if takes, you guessed it, bishop h2. And we see this well-known coordination that we're just learning about. This can sometimes arise. There are many openings where white lines off the bishops, like here and here. For instance, in the birds, the bird's the word. f4, the bird's opening, d5. Yeah, we can imagine moves such as this in some order or another. The knights come out for black, and white puts the bishop first on this diagonal, and then the other one on this diagonal. First a3 to prevent knight b4, bishop e7, and the bishop is coming out. Two bishops. Black castles into it, and white maneuvers the queen. You see that everything is coming. Everything is getting lined up here, queen h4. And this is a very good mating pattern to know because it's a very practical mating pattern. We have the bishops, we have the knight coming in after g6, obviously black was afraid of takes and takes. At some point he should have played d4. Black is actually fine if he had played d4 at some stage. But here he plays too passively and white's setup makes sense. Again he's threatening to take and take on h7. Probably d4 is still good defense, but h5 is not. And white decided to rip it open here with g4. Threatening takes and going for a pattern. Black took, but of course we know that we can do what? Yes, indeedio, we can actually take this pawn. Queen takes h5. Mate is threatened and you can't take it because of Blackburne's mate. Great example. Another very violent example, straight from the opening, b4, the Polish opening. Again, we see the bishop lining up on the long diagonal. e3, and the bishop comes immediately to d3. h6. Slightly passive move, but okay, okay. b6, and now white is just in very aggressive mood here. g4, he's not wasting any time. Just setting the bishops up, not castling, he's going to use the rook to attack. Actually, he didn't really have to in this game because he just plays g5 immediately. After takes, he sacrifices the rook. Konstantin Chernyshov has the white pieces. Black took the rook, but that doesn't look very promising after bishop takes f6. In the game he played g6. If black takes the bishop, queen h5. Threatening mate, we have to do something about it, so make luft, but we can play bishop h7, and if king to the corner, mate with a knight, and if king goes the other way, queen takes f7. So black tried g6, and this is already just move 10. And how do we move in now, guys? You should know this already. Guys and gals, boys and girls, Beth Harmon would play immediately queen h5. Threatening mate here, here, and if you take Blackburne's mate, thank you very much, have a nice day. Checkmate, Czechoslovakia, Peter Czech, check you later. Checkmate. This one I like, Tommy Niepak with the white pieces against Ulf von Hermann. We have almost everything in line here, but we can't take immediately. We need to open this diagonal first. And Tommy Niepak was very sneaky here. He played queen to g4. And this enticed black to add something to the defense of the king side by playing bishop c8. Maybe he wanted to get the bishop over to the defense. But now white opened up the floodgates. He played e6. And this sneakily opens up this diagonal, which black didn't see. He took with the rook and e6, intending to sacrifice the exchange for a pawn and maybe shore up the defense, but he found out the hard way that nothing is shored up after queen takes h5. It's coming. I'm not even gonna play. Okay, I'm gonna play. We're gonna play it, but you know, we all know what's coming. But I just want to show you the sort of build-ups that are available. My friend Omar Salama, strong player, also a very strong international arbiter. He has been the arbiter on matches by Magnus Carlsen, World Rapid Championship and such matches. And he played the Marshall gambit here with white. Normal stuff, you know, white sacrifices a pawn, castles. Black wants to shore up a little bit the queenside, but now the bishops are in place, right? Look at this. Look at these bishops. Queen goes back, knight g5. Ooh, h6, and the queen comes in. Black played. This was a bullet game, so maybe not. Didn't have the chance to find the best defense, but queen c7 is certainly not it. And here Omar finished the game very nicely. It's not the same way to get to the end goal, but we know where we want to get. We just need to open what? This diagonal. And if we can do that, we land the mate. And that's exactly what Omar did. He took an h6 and black resigned. Because now the floodgates have been opened and the mate lands. Okay, I think we have our final example before I have some tests for you. And this one is Vladimir Malakov with white, very strong Russian grandmaster. He's playing against another experienced grandmaster, Igor Efimov. And white has a very strong move here. Now think, in terms of what we've been looking at, what do we need to do to set up the pattern to make it work? And you'll find what white did here. So I'm sure you took a moment, you paused if you needed to, and you found the move d4 to d5. Super strong move. Already threatening just to take everything, and if black takes, which he did, you know it. We don't have to take anything. We can just land the queen there. It's a big threat with threatening mate. This is not in time. We take it. We can't open anything up here. We can't play the 8th pawn, so it's just mate. Black resigned, not wanting to see this. Great stuff by Marakov. But now it is your turn. The first puzzle. You have the black pieces. So puzzle number 1. Do you want to play queen takes h4? Yes or no? Simple question. Tell me in the comments. Puzzle 1, yes or no? I'm going to let you look at it a little bit. You can pause it if you need more time. But I just want the answer. Queen takes h4, yes or no? Okay. Puzzle number 2. And that's for white. It's white to move. What is your move? But don't rush. Tell me in the comments. Puzzle 1, yes or no? Puzzle 2, I want the moves. And I think the first move should suffice, but maybe you tell me the first and the second move. And that should be enough. So this was Blackburn's mate. Hope you once again enjoyed it. I would really appreciate if you throw me a like, hit the like button. Helps me tremendously to grow on YouTube and shows me that you do appreciate these videos. And I hope to bring you more in the future. See you then. Bye bye.